Got messed up, growing tired of knots, tangled up in problems, and not caring enough. Now I'm on a journey to find what's right, always telling the truth, but hiding all the lies. And don't go thinking I'm being myself. I just act this way around you, and there's someone else. This isn't where I wanna be. Let's look in the kitchen and the living room. Nothing to find but what's left from a really great time that wasn't any of mine. Running away feels like a storm. Let's throw our problems out the door today. Well, I'm finding things clear to me. And don't go thinking I'm being myself. I got other things on my mind, not you or anyone else. This isn't where I wanna be. Whoa, make me see the things on the inside. 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 Don't go thinking I'm being myself. I just act this way around you, and to someone else. This isn't where I wanna be.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to SportsWorldRadio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing my time. Doing my time. Got myself a problem.
Live from San Diego, it's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't. blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What in the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann.
Hey, welcome to Sports World Radio. How's everybody doing today? Glad everybody could be with us. We got a jam-packed show. Sorry for being absent lately. I've been having some major back problems. I haven't been able to sit in a chair for longer than an hour and a half. I've been laying down most of the days. So I've been having major back problems, but I'm sitting in the chair today. Seems to be that my back is letting me, so let's get on with this show. What do you say? SportsWorldRadio.com is the place to listen to us. If you want to hang out in the chat room, we're over at Spreaker.com. Head on over there, get a free account, sign up, it's free. Head on over to Sports World Radio's chat room and hang out with us in the chat room. I'm the host, Jeff Escow. Alongside sitting with me is Sean Mann. We'll bring him in just a minute. Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio is our Facebook account. Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio is our Twitter account. If you want to get in touch with the show and you have Skype users only, head on over to SportsWorldRadio.com. Click the little red icon on the left-hand side that says Call Now, and that'll direct you right to the show for Skype users only. Non-Skype users, 619-663-3715. 619-663-3715. With all that out of the way, now let's bring in our co-host, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on there, buddy?
Hello, Jeff, and good afternoon and good evening, everybody. It is 6:06 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:06 p.m. on the West. It is Wednesday, June 11th, 2014. Weather right now, it's 77 degrees up here in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. How are you, Jeff, and how's the weather, bud?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. Just glad to be back, ready to do a show with you, and we'll have some fun for the fastest 2 hours of sports talk you'll ever hear.
Yeah, if my back wasn't killing me, I'd be doing fantastic. But, got to deal with the back pain, man. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Right?
You know how that goes and how it develops when your back is sore. And sometimes when you're sore, you need some time to rest up and stuff, too.
Yeah. So I spent a lot of time in bed the last several days, man, just lying there because basically that's all I could freaking do.
That's the way to be.
How's the weather out there, my friend?
Weather is nice and warm out today.
Nice and warm out today. Yeah, as you know, I had the air conditioner on right before we went on the air into in the studio, so it's been nice and warm out here. Well, it's sunny San Diego. What do you expect, my friend? What do you expect? All right, let's get into some sports. What do you say? Hey, huh?
Yes, our first sports story of the day, NBA Finals. It's good to kind of get everybody caught up in what has happened in the NBA Finals. As you well know, here's what's happened. San Antonio took Game 1, 110-95. Game 2, Miami barely squeaked that one out, 98-96. San Antonio last night, Jeff, your Spurs, the team that you picked to go to the NBA Finals and win it, they take the game 111-92. And what's your thoughts on the NBA Finals right now and on the Spurs?
That was a pretty good game last night, wasn't it?
It was a very good game last night. Spurs did exactly what they needed to do. They needed to take the crowd out of the game, and they really did a good job of doing that, getting up 41-25 after the first quarter of play. So the Spurs are in good position, and I think the Miami Heat are in trouble, Jeff, because they were not prepared last night, and they better be ready to play. I think it's tomorrow night. Otherwise, they go down 3-1. It looks like the end of an era in Miami.
How many times have you seen LeBron James on the court and he wasn't the best player on the court?
I've seen it many times. You got to go back to his days with Cleveland. Remember how he would always walk it up the court and he was shooting shots and he was missing perimeter jump shots and not taking the basketball to the basket? I've seen that a lot.
Is he the best player in the NBA?
No.
You don't think he's the best player in the NBA?
I don't think he's the best player in the NBA.
Who's the best player in the NBA?
I would say that has to be the overall best player in the NBA has got to be Michael Jordan.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Is Michael Jordan playing right now?
No, he's not.
Who is the best player in the NBA right now? You know something? I hate all these people who are comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan. You can't do it. You know why? Because it's different era. Different era. The game that Michael Jordan played is not the same game that LeBron James plays. I don't care what you say.
I'm proud of what the Spurs were able to do, and you're right. With LeBron James expected to do well, he did not show up. Chris Bosh did not shoot well. Miami blows a golden opportunity to go up and protect their home court. It got a bit nerve-wracking in the game. Like in the third quarter of the game, Jeff, Miami, every time they would get to 9 or 8, you could feel the crowd into it. But San Antonio was strong. They were able to hold them off. They were expecting a run to happen, and that's exactly what
Who
they
was
did.
the best player on the court last night?
I would have to say Kawhi Leonard.
That's correct. Now, I'm going to go back to my original question to you.
Mm-hmm.
How many times has LeBron James been playing in a game and not been the best player in the game?
I'm going to say lots of times.
I don't believe you. I believe you're wrong. How many times has LeBron James been on the court and been outplayed?
I don't know.
In a playoff game like that?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Listen. I've watched a lot of basketball in my time. I've seen almost every single one of LeBron James's playoff games. Every time he's the best player on the court, except for last night's game. The best player on the court was Kawhi Leonard, without a doubt.
Kawhi Leonard last night, you're talking about him, he had a career-high 29 points, and the Spurs made a finals record 75.8% of their shots in the first half. Remember, they got up to a 71-50 lead after the first half of play. So San Antonio, they look really, really good. And if they play like they did last night, they'll easily destroy Miami tomorrow night. The Heat are in trouble.
They're not going to score like they did last night. I hate to tell you that. Hey,
the
Josh.
Heat are going to be due to come back and try to play a better game.
They're not gonna score, and they're not gonna shoot a percentage like they shot last night. It's just not gonna happen again. That's a once in a lifetime deal. But the way that Kawhi Leonard played, he plays like that again in tomorrow night's game. Hey. He kept LeBron James to 22 points. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? His defense was phenomenal. And he scored 29 points. And he played for the SDSU. So San Diego and Coach Steve Fisher are I'm proud of that kid. He's 22 years old. And everybody's talking about who? Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard.
They're not talking about LeBron, are they?
No, they are not.
They're talking about Kawhi Leonard. And you know that kid is so soft-spoken and so low-keyed and so not want to be in the public eye. You better get used to it, Kawhi. Okay? I loved that America got to see him play a phenomenal game. Because I've seen him play like that a million times when he played here in SDSU. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him play like that. Do you know he has the reach of a 7-footer?
Never knew that.
Yeah, he has the reach of a 7-footer, and what is he, 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", and he has the reach of over 7', I think 7'1" or 7'2", when his arm span, and he's got huge hands. And did you know that the San Antonio Spurs changed his shooting release?
I never knew that.
Yeah, they changed his shooting release. They worked on it, and it was before the draft. And then they got to draft him, and they drafted him. They drafted him. They changed the shooting release, and then they went on lockout. NBA. Remember when the NBA went on lockout? A couple of years back.
That.
It was 3 years back, right?
That was 2011, 2012.
Right. It was 3 years back, right? 2011,
right.
2012. Right. 3 years back. That was the season he got drafted. So they went on lockout, and he was shooting and practicing that release and practicing that release and practicing that release and practicing that release and practicing that release. And they had no choice but to put him in the lineup because he was that good. So he worked his ass off because they changed his release. And now check him out. San Diego's. I live here in San Diego. I seen him play in college. I went to a lot of SDSU games when he played for San Diego State. Coach Fisher's got to be a proud coach right now.
Very proud indeed. We'll be talking more about the NBA Finals. We're going to run to a commercial break at 15 minutes past the hour.
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
You know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease. For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, what's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to Sports World Radio. I'm the host, Jeff Escow, alongside with me. Well, not alongside me, but close enough to me, where I can hear him at least in my head. Sean Mann, the update man. Nice to have you back, buddy. Hey, how's work going there, bud?
Work is going fine. Just taking it slow day by day.
Work is going fine. Still cleaning parks?
Still cleaning parks.
You get the oddest summer jobs I've ever heard in my life. You know that, don't you? You do. The last job that you had during the summer, what were you doing?
I was working at a middle school.
You were cleaning toilets, weren't you?
Yeah. Fun,
okay.
Isn't it?
Fun, isn't it? I know. Now you're cleaning a park.
That's right.
Okay, what's with you and the hang-up in cleaning?
starting low and working high, bud.
Do you have a cleaning fetish? Are you a clean freak?
Yeah, a clean freak I am.
You are? You're a clean. So if I were to say to you, have you ever seen The Odd Couple before?
I have not seen The Odd Couple.
Have you heard? You've heard of The Odd Couple, though, correct?
Yes,
You
I
know
have.
the premise behind The Odd Couple, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I would say that you're Felix, correct?
Yes.
You would be Felix, right?
Uh-huh.
And I hate to tell you something. I grew up watching The Odd Couple. And growing up, Oscar Madison was my hero. Okay? So I am not a neat freak at all. I am basically like Oscar. I am a slob. So you and I would be like The Odd Couple if we lived together.
Yeah, but grooming is important.
Although I would say one thing, I do cook. I am a mean cook. I know how to cook.
That's good. That's a good life skill.
You know, I do cook. I know how to cook. Okay, I will say that. So on that respect, like Oscar didn't know how to cook, I know how to cook. I'm like Felix. I can cook some really good stuff, man. In that respect, I'm like Felix. But in everything else, with all the honking and all that, and all the vacuuming and constantly clean. In fact, you know something? I'll tell you what. I'll do all the cooking if you clean all the dishes.
I can do that.
I'm down with that because I hate cleaning. I don't mind making a mess, but I don't like cleaning. I hate it with a passion, in fact.
Don't we all?
Yeah. No, you're a neat freak, so obviously you like it.
Well, grooming is very important.
I didn't say grooming. I wasn't talking about grooming.
I know. I know.
I
but
bet
cleaning...
you. SportsWorldRadio.com. I bet you that when you put up your gear, you put everything in the same spot every single time.
You are absolutely correct, Jeff.
Nothing is out of place, correct? And I bet you vacuum your room twice a week.
I do keep it vacuumed, yes. Bring that chin.
Way to go, Josh.
That's
Way to
a good
go,
one,
Josh.
buddy. Yes, grooming that chin, LOL.
I bet. Now, let me ask you a question. Is your room big enough to have two teams up at the same time?
Yes, it is.
So, when you just have one team up at a time, do you spread it out, or do you put that one team in the same spot every time?
I put that team in one spot at the same time.
So during one state, so like right now, you just have the Red Sox gear up, correct?
I have the Red Sox up right now.
That's
I
it,
also have
right?
a spot where the Bruins are at, and a spot for the Celtics. And
Yeah. But just I understand that, but just the Celtics are up right now, correct?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing else. There's no Patriots. There's no Celtics, and there's no Bruins, right? Just Red Sox, right?
Just Red Sox for now.
Okay, so the Red Sox gear is on your walls in the Red Sox gear places, correct?
Yes.
In the rest of the place, so the rest of the walls are empty, correct?
Incorrect.
Ooh, what do you got in the rest of the places?
Here's how I do it. I have a spot in my room. I have a wall where I have Red Sox and only Red Sox. And then I have another spot on the wall that has Bruins. And then I have Celtics, and then I have Patriots. So I enjoy looking at it all.
Look at Josh. Bear's going to beat the Patriots. You know what I want you to do, Sean? So you have 4 different spots for all your teams, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to do me a favor because I know you can do this. This is really easy. I want you to take a picture of your Red Sox gear on the wall. Then take a picture of whatever else is on your wall and the empty spots. I want to see how your wall is. Or do like a video. Just do like a video of it. Walk around, stand in the center of your room and just do a video and go around the wall.
That I can do, or take a picture of it.
No, go do a video and just go around your walls, all the way around your walls, and say, "Here you go, Jeff. This is for you, buddy. This is what I look at my room." Boom. And then when you put your Patriots gear up, because that should be the next gear coming up, correct?
Yes, it should be.
And when your Red Sox gear goes down in August, because they'll be knocked out already and they won't be able to make it. You take it because you're right. Let me ask you a question: is your Patriots gear go on a different spot on the wall than your Red Sox gear?
Actually, I'm working on Patriots. I have a little Patriot pennant. I got a Patriot T-shirt and a Patriot hat, so I'm working on that.
Okay, does that go on the same? Does that go on the same spot at any, or does that have its own spot on your wall?
It has its own spot. I don't move it.
You don't move it, so that's up no matter what.
Yes.
Right? Oh, see, that's why the Patriots haven't been winning, because you haven't been taking it. You haven't been taking it down and putting it away like you've been doing the rest of the stuff. See, I imagine your room. I imagine your room. On one wall, you have nothing during Red Sox baseball season. The Red Sox gear goes on that wall in their certain spots. Then I imagine you have another wall when the Boston Celtics are on, and that wall is for the Boston Celtics where that stuff goes. Then I imagine you have another wall where you have the Patriots gear where that stuff goes. Then I imagine you have another wall where just your Bruins gear goes. And nothing interlopes. Everything has its own wall. Is that correct, or am I wrong?
That is incorrect.
Wow.
All the stuff that hangs on my walls stays hanged up. But the T-shirts, the sweatshirts, I put them away. And the jerseys, too. I hang those up and put them away till the next season.
But
focusing on the next team.
Like
there you go.
Like the pennants and banners stay on the wall?
Yeah, pennants, banners, all that stuff stays on the wall. Even all the pictures of the Boston sports heroes.
Oh, see, I'm disappointed in you. That's disappointing. I thought you took everything down, put it away nicely, and then put the new stuff up. That's how you should. Listen, if you're going to put jerseys and take things down, that's how you should do it.
I'll miss it. Everything will be put away, and I won't even be able to see it.
That's the thing. That's the thing. That's why your teams aren't doing so freaking good. You're jinxing them. You don't put everything away. You only put things away that you want to put away. See? And
that's how I roll.
That's how I roll. See, now I see. How long have we've been doing this show for? What, 6 years?
6 years, just about 6 in October.
And that's the first. I never knew that. I thought you took everything down and put all new stuff up, including banners and posters and pennants and whatnot.
No, that Red Sox, Bruins, Celtics, and Patriots always stays up on the wall.
Okay, I think you need to take it down when it's supposed to come down.
No, I don't want to do that. I'll just put the clothes away. That'll be all right.
I think you're jinxing your teams by doing it that way.
I am not jinxing my teams by doing it that way. It's just when a season comes to an end, I focus on the next team. There you go. Like when the Patriots season comes up in September, I'll have Patriots ready to go. I'll have my T-shirt. I'm going to be saving up money to get myself a Tom Brady jersey.
Tom Brady jersey, huh?
Yeah.
What did you say? Did you say a T-shirt?
A Tom Brady. Yeah, I have a Patriot T-shirt.
You have a Patriot
Tom
T-shirt?
Brady jersey.
Speaking of T-shirts, I'd like to make it a little announcement. How about that? I'm going to sneak it in there really quick. You know about it, of course, correct?
Yeah.
I told you earlier. Sports World Radio's got a new sponsor, kids. Ooh, that's right. We picked up a new sponsor. Head on over. Listen, Sean said it, not me. He did it. He started it. Check out shirtshopper.net. Head on over to shirtshopper.net. They got some great T-shirts over there. They got novelty T-shirts. I was over there today checking it out. They got some great Father's Day is coming Sunday, right? They got some Father's Day T-shirts over there. They got some Granddad Father T-shirts over there. You can kill two birds with one stone. Okay? They got some bacon T-shirts. Every guy loves bacon. They got a couple of bacon. They got an apron. That's bacon. A bacon apron. Head on over to shirtshopper.net. They're actually, what they're doing now is that they told me today they're going to be adding all sports team T-shirts as well. Sean, how about that?
Incredible.
Yeah, so you'll be able to go over to shirtshopper.net, Sean, and get all your Patriots T-shirts and your Boston Celtics T-shirts and your Boston Red Sox T-shirts and your Boston Bruin T-shirts. How about that? You'll love that, won't you?
I will be thrilled.
You will be thrilled. And I also know for a fact, and Josh will like this. Josh, I'm talking to you there, Dingleberry. I also know this for a fact. They have T-shirts from the WWE on there as well. Head on over to shirtshopper.net. And they have a little tab that says sports T-shirts. Just hover over that and watch the drop-down and click on your drop-down and you'll see all the sports teams and whatnot. And I know they have WWE right now. They don't have any of the sports teams yet, but they will. Shirtshopper.net. We're going to run to a quick commercial break. You're listening to Jeff and Sean on
Sports World Radio.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio with Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann here with you, doing this thing that we do every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West, and if you live in Essential,
Figure that out for yourself.
Damn Skippy, figure that out for yourself. Well, you're just being a kind of a nice guy today. Hey, Josh, I'll tell you what, buddy. When I find out that they have the Knicks T-shirts on shirtshopper.net, I'll let you know. And then you can just buy your Knicks T-shirt right there from shirtshopper.net. And when you get it, you can put it on and take that freaking picture, you rat bastard, that you owe me. That's right. You thought I forgot, didn't you? No, I didn't.
The encyclopedia man needs to owe up his bet since he thought the Bulls were going to go very far.
It's so funny. That's so funny. So last night's game, you want to know something? I watched most of that game last night, believe it or not. How about that? Believe it or not, I watched most of last night's game. It's getting close to the end, so I watch a lot. Hey, you want to hear something really weird? Something that really would blow your mind that you wouldn't think that I'd be doing?
What's that?
I'm watching the hockey game.
Oh, you're going to watch the hockey game.
Not
watch
going
the
to
Kings
watch.
beat the Rangers.
Not going to watch the hockey game. I've been watching the hockey. How about that? I've
Kings
been
have
watching
been tough.
the hockey. Yeah, and hopefully we'll get Mr. Ron Gallo, Sports World Radio's hockey guru, to come on in here in the second hour of the show today and talk some hockey. Yeah, but I've been actually watching it. How about that? Every time it's kind of funny. I watch it, and then I go back and I watch The Big Bang Theory, and then I go back to the hockey game and LA scored. I'm like, okay, well, I might as well not watch because LA's scoring every time I don't watch. Look at the best selfie you will ever see. I bet. I'm still waiting on it. I bet you that selfie will be better than the ones that Sean takes.
Wow.
You like that, Sean?
I knew that was coming. I was expecting it.
Because Sean still hasn't figured out how to take a correct selfie yet.
Wait a minute. What about that picture when I was at Iowa? Come on.
The one
that was not a selfie. That was far away.
That's who took that picture?
My cousin took that picture.
You should never get any closer than that. Never get any closer than that. So from now on, what you need to do is you need to get a stand for your iPhone so you can put it somewhere and then walk away and then snap the picture.
Put like a timer on it and
Yes.
quickly get in front. All right.
Exactly. Put a timer on it and get far away and take pictures far away from that one. Never get any closer. Never get. Hey, I'm sitting here glancing at ESPN and they're showing Cleveland and they're showing Johnny Manziel. Okay? You know the You know the MLB draft was last week, right?
Yes, it was.
You know Johnny Manziel got drafted, right?
Right.
You know who he got drafted by, right?
Browns.
No? It's Browns. Okay, let me repeat myself because obviously you're not listening to me. I said, you know that the Major League Baseball draft was last week, correct?
Correct. I was teasing with you. Yeah, I knew it was last week, but I forget who Manziel was drafted by.
He was drafted as a second baseman. You know who by?
Why?
Why? I don't know why, but you know who by?
I don't know who got him.
The San Diego Padres. He was drafted in the 28th round by the San Diego Padres.
Does that help your Padres out in a big way?
Help the Padres? Do you actually think he's going to play?
He could be on the bench.
What? He's going to play? He's going to be a backup quarterback in the NFL, a bench player in Major League Baseball?
Possibly.
Do you want to know something? Here. Because you know that I don't think Johnny Manziel is going to have an NFL career, correct?
I don't think he'll have an NFL career either.
Look at Josh, stupidest pick in sports history. Josh. Hey, Josh, that's right. I'm talking to you, Josh. I'm talking to you over there. I happen to think that he would have a better baseball career than he would a football career. He'll definitely have a longer baseball career than he would a football career. And if he's any good, he'll probably make more money in baseball than he would in football. But you want to know something? He's going to make more money in advertisements either way, so it doesn't matter. You know that.
He's going to make all kinds of money.
Yeah, in advertising, so either way, it's not going to matter. But I happen to think that if Johnny Manziel wants to have a career in sports, he'd have a better chance in baseball than he would in football. Rebuttal anybody? Anybody disagree with me? Because I don't think he's going to have an NFL career.
I don't think he'll be sharp in the NFL.
I
the
think
MLB would be the better fit for him.
I think he's going to have the Tim Tebow NFL career. That's what I think. Yeah. Play a couple of years and be done, and that's it. Where's Tim Tebow now?
Don't know.
Talking to God. That's what he's doing. Because he can't play football because he's not an NFL quarterback. Neither is Johnny Manziel. And if Johnny Manziel was smart, he'd go play Major League Baseball.
Encyclopedia Man says, well, he, LeBron, and Drake boyfriend, so he basically the next Justin Bieber of sports.
Pretty much. He's the next Tim Tebow of the NFL. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, he's not going to have an NFL career. Mark my words. And then everybody will be like, wow, you were right, Jeff. You should have played Major League Baseball. Who knows? Maybe he will go play Major League Baseball. He was drafted by the San Diego Padres. Who knows?
Probably Brown fans would beg to differ on that, saying, oh, no, we're selling out. We got our future quarterback. We're back. Browns football is back in Cleveland.
He's not an NFL quarterback. He's gonna be the next Tim Tebow. Play for a couple of years and be a bust. And that'll be the end of that. What do you got for me, Sean?
We go back to the NBA Finals, of course. As you know, the Heat losing game number 3 last night. I was going to ask you, Jeff, when we look forward to Game 4 tomorrow, what do you expect? You're saying you're not going to expect a 71-point first half by San Antonio. Do you think tomorrow night's game is going to be real close, or do we expect another blowout by either San Antonio or Miami?
Well, what happened after Spurs won the first game?
Miami barely squeaked that one out.
I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think Josh, our producer, turns around in the chat room and says, John Cena will turn heel before the Browns win a Super Bowl.
San Antonio led 71-50 at halftime.
I don't think any team's going to win 2 games in a row in this series.
This is going to be this is still a long series. How about this? It was the first 70-point first half in the NBA Finals since the Lakers scored 75 against the Celtics in Game 2 of the 87 Finals. Of course, the Heat had made it interesting. They'd cut a 17-point deficit to 7 points, 81-74. But the Heat have got a problem if they can't stop the guy from San Diego State University and Kawhi Leonard.
22-year-old. A 22-year-old played great defense on LeBron James and held him to 22 points. That's fantastic, right?
It was fantastic.
And forced him. And how many turnovers did LeBron have in the game last night? 7? 8?
He had seven turnovers last night.
Kawhi Leonard forced 7 turnovers of LeBron James last night. Hello?
That's just a really bad performance by LeBron James. And if you're the Heat, you're practicing hard today because you realize Game 4 is a must-win. You fall behind 3-1 heading back to San Antonio. Things are not looking very good for the Miami Heat. Now, in other NBA news, Jeff, I've been wanting to do this story for a long time.
Bring it, bitch.
Your thoughts about Derek Fisher becoming the next head coach of the New York Knicks?
I don't know if there's enough time in the world for me to do that. But I'll try my best. Head coaching experience, 0. Player experience, much. I happen to think that, and I know for a fact almost, that you're going to have Kurt Rambis and Bill Cartwright as a couple of assistants. Okay? Those people know the triangle offense just as well as Derek Fisher. Just as well as Mr. Jackson. I also happen to think that Mr. Jackson is going to be involved during training camp, during practice, a lot involved before the season starts, teaching these guys how to do this. And then once the season starts, I don't know if Jackson's going to coach via proxy of Derek Fisher or he's going to leave Derek Fisher alone to do what he needs to do. I don't know about that yet.
This is debatable about Derek Fisher. Remember, he has no coaching experience.
Well, hold on a second. Neither did freaking Jason Kidd, and neither does Steve Kerr.
Right.
Right? So we're sitting here, basically, when the Nets hired Jason Kidd, everybody said the same thing. He has no coaching experience. We don't know what's going to happen. Correct?
Indeed.
We got to wait and see. We waited and we see, and they did pretty damn good, right? So now we just got to wait and see. Hey, if the Knicks end up at 500, I'll be happy as a pig and lamb. Because I know damn well they ain't making the playoffs next year. Who knows if they'll even have Carmelo Anthony. Here's my theory. And Josh is going to tell me I'm crazy, and so are you. And you know what? I'll give you my theory after we get back from this update. This first update is brought to you by KeuregCoffeeMachines.com. For all your Keurig coffee products, head on over to KeuregCoffeeMachines.com. Looking for some coffee? Need some tea? Do you even need a coffee machine? Father's Day is coming. Head on over to KeuregCoffeeMachines.com and get your father a Father's Day gift. Brewing perfection, one cup at a time. That's KeuregCoffeeMachines.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
Thank you, Jeff. Well, it's 45 minutes past the hour. It's Wednesday, June 11th, 2014. In Major League Baseball, 2 finals from the American League. The Twins over the Blue Jays by a score of 7-2. The Royals over the Indians 4-1. Here are the games that we have tonight. ESPN Wednesday Night Baseball on ESPN. It will be the Red Sox at the Orioles. Other games, interleague play, you got the Cardinals at the Rays. The Marlins are playing the Rangers for interleague play. Back to the American League, Tigers at the White Sox. Diamondbacks at the Astros, interleague play. American League, Athletics at Angels, and Yankees at Mariners. National League, Padres at the Phillies, Cubs at Pirates, Dodgers at Reds, Brewers at Mets, Braves at Rockies, and Nationals at Giants. We move over to the National Hockey League. Tonight is Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals. The Kings at the Rangers. This series is pretty easy to determine. Kings win this game tonight. They will be crowned the Stanley Cup champions. It'll be their second Stanley Cup trophy. The Rangers take the game. Game 5 will be back in Los Angeles. Last night in the NBA Finals, the San Antonio Spurs prevailed 111-92 over the Heat. They took home court advantage away. Tomorrow night on ABC will be Game 4 between the Spurs and Heat. This update was brought to you by KeuregCoffeeMachines.com. We will be right back after this brief commercial break.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until wait. Don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. I'm your host, Jeff Escal, alongside me, Sean Mann. We do this show each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And if you live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
Damn skippy, boys and girls. All right, so before we went to break, I said I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking here about Carmelo Anthony. I could give a rat's patooey whether he stays or goes with the Knicks. Just my opinion, okay? And this is just my opinion, okay? Sean, Josh, I need you to make sure I'm right on this when I say it. I believe that Carmelo Anthony has a player option for next year. And, watch this. As soon as I say it, Sean's going to go, oh, no, you didn't. I believe LeBron James has a player option for next year, correct?
Oh.
So both of them are going to play their player options. Carmelo will play for the Knicks. LeBron will play for the Heat. And then the next year, so we're talking 2 years from now, LeBron's going to either leave the Heat and go to the Knicks, or Carmelo's either going to leave the Knicks and go to the Heat. There it is, boys and girls.
Well, here's what Stephen A. Smith on ESPN New York 98.7 FM, he said that there's a possibility that LeBron and Carmelo could play together starting in the 2015-2016 season. Carmelo Anthony, and I have a story on this one, Jeff, has until June 23rd, essentially 1 week before the start of free agency, to notify the Knicks if he plans to opt in or out of the final year of his current contract, according to sources familiar with the team of his deal. Sources told ESPN.com that the Knicks president Phil Jackson is continuing to urge Anthony to exercise next season's $23.3 million player option and put off unrestricted free agency for 1 more year.
Uh-huh. And what did I just say?
Your predictions were correct.
Yeah, so we can, and I believe LeBron is the same way. I believe LeBron signed a 4-year deal with a player option for number 5, right?
Right.
So this is his 4th year, correct?
Yes, it is.
Next year would be his 5th, so he could do his player option for next year, opt in, play 1 more year with the Heat, have Carmelo with the Knicks for 1 more year, and either LeBron go to New York or Carmelo go to Miami. Because now that because I know what the Knicks are thinking. Now that Derek Fisher is there, and now that Phil Jackson is there, and Carmelo and LeBron are friends, they might be able to lure LeBron to New York.
Yeah, because here's Miami's LeBron James provided. He also decides to opt in later this month and put off free agency for a year, is among the targets the Knicks are telling Anthony they intend to pursue in the summer of 2015.
I'm telling you.
So get ready about this time next year in 2015.
I'm telling you.
Free agency is going to be
crazy.
Really
because
nuts.
Listen, and you can't tell me that Carmelo and LeBron don't talk. They might not be talking.
They probably text.
They might not be texting right now because LeBron's playing in the finals. Okay? But you bet your sweet petunias they're going to talk after the finals is over. And maybe, because Wade's on the way out.
Bosh, you don't even know what's going to happen with him.
Correct. So maybe, right. So maybe LeBron says, you know what? Now I want to go play in the Big Apple, in the bright lights of the big city. And maybe he goes to plays in New York. I don't know. But that's what I say about that. I have a hard time with that. I'm a diehard Knicks fan, true and true. You people know that. I bleed orange and blue. You people know that. But I don't
Hard
know
to
if
say what's going to happen, though.
I don't know if I can do that. Because listen, I respect LeBron James, okay? As an NBA player, he's the best there is. I respect him. Doesn't mean I got to be a fan. But if he goes to New York, now what?
I wonder what you'll think then, Jeff, and we'll do a show together about this time next year, and we'll be talking about it, and I'll be asking, well, Jeff, your thoughts about LeBron being a Knick along with Carmelo Anthony?
Okay, let me say something to you. If Carmelo opts in for this year, right? And LeBron opts in later on in the same month, okay? Because I believe they got to do it before July 1st, right?
Right. That's when free agency begins.
So they got to make their decisions before July 1st. So the finals are going to end on the 20th if it goes 7. So that doesn't give them a lot of time. 7, 8, 9, 10. Gives them 10 days to make a decision. If Carmelo opts in and LeBron opts in, keep that in the back of your mind that one of those two guys are going either to New York or to Miami for next year. If they both opt in for their final year, watch out. Right?
And Phil Jackson will try to do whatever he can to make sure that he'll have the right pieces for that Knick team. And with Derek Fisher, you're right. He doesn't have the coaching experience, but if he brings in Kurt Rambis, like you said, and a couple of assistants that worked with Jackson on the triangle offense.
Well, that's what he's going to do. That's exactly what he's going to do.
The Knicks are going to be very tough.
That's exactly what he's doing. I've seen all sorts of reports saying that Kurt Rambis and Bill Cartwright are going to be assistants to the head coach. So Jackson's already putting the assistants in play. And Derek Fisher and Kurt Rambis know each other very well. So we're gonna call the New York Knicks the LA Knicks. Because you got Derek Fisher, you got Phil Jackson, you got Kurt Rambis. Who else is he gonna bring? I wouldn't be shocked if one of his old assistants that was with Phil, like Clemens, I wouldn't be shocked if Clemens is on Fisher's staff. Not shocked one bit.
Well, here's another story, Jeff, that's kind of big out of this Carmelo situation. The Knicks sources say expect to be a contender for Oklahoma City's Kevin Durant when he is projected to become a free agent in July 2016, and believe their chances will be enhanced by the presence of Fisher, one of Durant's favorite teammates with the Thunder. Now that I can see happening because that connection that Fisher and Durant had.
Can you imagine them with Carmelo, LeBron, and Kevin Durant?
You being the big Knick fan, you would be thrilled with that. And then the Garden would be sold out in a
I
line.
would rather have Kevin Durant than LeBron James. But I don't think Kevin Durant will do that because he's not built for that. He's not built for New York. He's built for Oklahoma, San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, teams like that. I don't think he's built for Chicago, L.A., New York, Boston, the Nets. Miami. I don't think he's built for that. You know what I mean? I don't think he can. That's a lot of press. That's a lot more press in those places than there are in Oklahoma, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Even though he does go into those cities and plays, and he gets to see how much more press there is there. I think he would have a better shot playing in Oklahoma or one of those other sub places.
How about this story, Jeff? We got another one before we try to get to this next commercial break. John Calipari, thank you so much for listening to us. He is staying at the University of Kentucky. He signed a 7-year deal worth $52.5 million guaranteed. But there's more to the story,
He was
Jeff.
close.
The Cavaliers
He was close.
offered
He was
Cavaliers
close
offered,
with them.
Yeah, Calipari a 10-year deal.
Uh-huh.
And this was worth nearly $80 million. And what was the reason? If Calipari would have came, there was a chance that LeBron James could have come back to Cleveland and play as a Cavalier.
There's a lot of rumblings about him going back to Cleveland. I don't think he's going to go back to Cleveland.
I don't see it happening.
I don't think he's going. Did they hire a head coach? Not yet, right?
Not yet. Because they offered Calipari that big deal, and he turned it down. And I'm glad Calipari is staying at the college level because he has had a bad experience coaching in the NBA.
That's where he needs to be. So, the Lakers, Cavaliers still need a head coach, correct?
Lakers and the Cavs are still looking.
Who else is out there? Who else is looking for a head coach? That's it, right?
That's it. That's all I know.
How about what's their faces hired? Not Minnesota. Flip Saunders took the job. He was the president, so now he's going back down the coach.
He wants to keep Kevin Love in Minnesota.
Yeah, but Quinn.
Yeah.
Who'd hired? Was that the Jazz?
I think so.
Jazz hired Quinn Snyder, right?
Right.
He's a heck of a coach. He's been an assistant in Atlanta for several years, but he was in college. I believe he was with, I don't want to mistake who he was with, but he was a heck of a college coach when he was there. And then he went into being an assistant in the pros. Now he's getting his chance. He's a good coach. Hope they do well over there.
And on that note, we have to run to commercial break.
You're listening to Jeff Eskin with Sean Mann.
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskin, Sean Mann. We do this show each and every Monday through Friday on SportsWorldRadio.com, 6 p.m. in the East, 3 p.m. in the West, and if you live in the Central.
Figure it out for yourself.
Hey, Sean, what's your least favorite sport?
My least favorite sport is soccer and NASCAR. Those are the two least favorite.
Soccer and NASCAR. Is that what you said?
Yes, I did say that.
And what's coming up? What's starting today?
The World Cup of soccer.
And what did I... I said ESPN screwing me up because they're putting that freaking World Cup on, and then I turned around the show and I said, you know something, Sean? When I want to go take a nap, I'll put the World Cup on. I'll be sleeping in 2 minutes. World Cup.
Then you'll wake up and be like, oh, who won the World Cup of soccer? I went and took a nap.
Who cares? Who gives a flying fig Newton about the World Cup? It's the most boringest sport I've ever seen in my life.
Every year in June, that's what they got. This the World Cup of soccer.
It's not every year, is it? It's every 4 years, right?
Right.
Right? It's not every year, right? The hell do you know? I don't know. I don't know either. I'm just guessing. Who the hell follows soccer? You follow soccer?
No, I don't.
All right, so I don't know. I'm not. Let me ask you a question. Are you going to watch any of the U.S. soccer at all?
I'm not going to watch any soccer, period.
What the hell's the matter with you?
I don't like soccer, Jeff. I could care less about it.
I'm not going to watch it either. I don't care.
Before we left for break, we were talking about John Calipari. Cavaliers owner Dan Gilbert has been highly motivated to recruit a marquee coach to be the new face of the franchise. But Calipari and Ollie are off the market now thanks to the new contracts at their respective schools. Florida, how about this, Jeff? Florida's Billy Donovan and Michigan State's Tom Izzo also rebuffed the Cavs during the current college basketball offseason.
They're either going to get a new head coach, brand new guy, or they're going to go and get a retread.
Here's what also it says. According to the Associated Press, the Cavaliers are bringing in former star guard Mark Price on Tuesday and will also host the LA Clippers assistant coach Alvin Gentry for a second interview.
Mark Price? See now that would do something for Cleveland because he used to play for them. Correct?
Yeah, and people in Cleveland to this day still remember Mark Price. He played a big role on some of those Cavalier teams, and he took them deep in the playoffs.
He's never coached before, though, has he?
Never has coached.
I think they'd be better off with Price than Gentry. Even though Gentry is a pretty good coach, I think they'd be better off. Gentry was an assistant for Doc this year, right?
Right, and he used to coach the Pistons and the Phoenix Suns.
Correct. I think he'd be better. I think Cleveland would have a better punch with Price than Gentry.
And it's a slight possibility, but you have no news about Mike D'Antoni about possibly becoming the next head coach of the Cavaliers.
The Lakers are still looking for a freaking coach. Hey, how about Gentry going from the Clippers to the Lakers?
That would be surprising. I would actually be surprised about that, Jeff.
I don't think Gentry would do that.
The Cavaliers hope to have a coach. The Cavs hope to have a coach in place before the June 26th NBA draft. Cleveland has the number 1 overall pick.
Doesn't summer camp start soon for the NBA?
Right after the NBA Finals from July to September. That's when the NBA summer training camp begins, or like the league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe that. I believe it starts right at the end. Right. It either starts. I think it starts right at July.
It starts immediately after the finals, no doubt about that.
Yeah. So.
It's hard to say, though, who the Cavs are going to get and who the Lakers are going to get. L.A. is one of the teams that is out there still looking for a coach. And I'm really proud, Jeff, that Calipari listened to us both. He must have been listening because we said stay in college. Stay with the program that you built at the University of Kentucky because you won a national championship there. You done a great job of building that Kentucky program. And if he would have gone to Cleveland, that would have been the biggest mistake of John Calipari's coaching career.
Yeah, I'm glad he stayed in college. He deserved it. That's where he's makes his bones.
Did a great job with the Memphis program and Kentucky, like I said, and he has the experience with that. But the Cavaliers should stay away from the college coaches because when we talked about it, when college coaches go to the NBA, they are bust.
That stadium is so beautiful. I'm watching clips of the Kansas City game. Well, that Kansas City Kauffman Stadium. That stadium is beautiful, man.
It's a nice ballpark.
I think they'll be fine. Sean, right?
Yeah, right.
I think they'll be fine. I just hate people comparison LeBron James to Michael Jordan. They played in different eras. Basketball game that Michael Jordan played was a lot rougher than the basketball game that LeBron James plays. That's all I'm saying.
And I've been trying to get away from this story too, Jeff. Here's another one. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said Wednesday he remains confident that the Los Angeles Clippers will be sold to former Microsoft executive Steve Ballmer, but admitted he's worried that the process will be slowed down in the courts. And he's trying to tell Donald Sterling one thing. It's time for you to move on, Mr. Sterling. And I think it's true because people are really sick of it, but you knew after what happened.
Oh, of course, man.
Yeah. Sterling's not going to go
yeah,
away.
you want to know something?
I
I know, but Shelley Sterling is taking Donald Sterling to court. Donald Sterling is taking the NBA to court, which actually he's suing himself. He is suing. You know, I was listening. I read an article the other day. Donald Sterling is suing 50% of himself.
That's right. He is.
That's what he's doing. Flat, I mean, that's the basic way to explain it. Donald Sterling is suing 50% of himself. And he's going to end up losing.
He's losing now, and he's going to keep on losing. And with Adam Silver saying it's time for him to move on and get on with his life and forget about it because every time he thinks he's going to win, he's not going to. Shelley Sterling has negotiated a $2 billion sale to Clippers that her husband had said last week he would sign off on. But Donald Sterling has since issued statements vowing to fight the sale, saying, quote, I will not sell my team, and referring to the NBA as, quote, as a despicable monsters. So it's just continued to be a war of words and a war between the Sterlings.
Right, and he's turning around
NBA.
and suing the NBA, which he happens to be a part of.
Yes.
And then he's turning around and suing his the trustee that and all that stuff that his family owns, which he owns. He's suing 50% of himself over there. So basically what he's doing is he's suing himself. What a jackass.
Yes,
hey,
representatives of Donald Sterling, Ballmer, and the NBA were also present Wednesday in a Los Angeles County courthouse. The paperwork has been filed, but it's unclear whether an immediate hearing will be granted.
You know, after taxes of the sale of the team, he stands to make $1.6 billion. After taxes, because he's got to pay communal, the taxes and everything. It's going to be about $400 million. After taxes, he makes $1.6 billion off of the sale. Why don't you just shut up and go away?
Yeah, that's the thing with the Sterlings. They're not going to go away without a fight because they're disgusted with how everything went.
It's ridiculous, man. $1.6 billion and he's fighting.
What makes me proud, though, is I listened to Adam Silver last...
You know what? Okay, where do I sign?
Yeah, what papers do I sign?
And then out of the $1.6 billion I just got, I'd take $2.5 million of it and give it to the NBA and say, here's my fine. Leave me alone. And then I don't have to deal with I'm still banned from all NBA. It's fine with me. It's fine with me. $1.6 billion. Jesus Louise, Batman.
I listened to Adam Silver last night during halftime, and he sounded, optimistic that the NBA is doing really well and that they're working really hard to get this deal done so Palmer can become the next owner of the LA Clippers.
How disgusting is that they had to talk about that and they didn't have to talk about and they couldn't talk about the game?
It was disgusting, and I was thinking to myself, Jeff, that what should end up happening is that focus on the finals, forget about the situation. And I'm glad that the NBA players have done that. They've realized that this was not going to be easy to get rid of because you knew the Sterlings were going to fight to the end, but they're doing a good job of just moving right along and trying to get through the NBA season and finishing up the finals.
Follow us on Twitter at SportsWorldRadio.com, at SportsWorldRadio. Follow us on Twitter at SportsWorldRadio, and follow us on Facebook at SportsWorldRadio. We're going to run to a quick commercial break. You're listening to Jeff and Sean on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city.
I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow new way to workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. I'm the host, Jeff Escow, alongside with me, like he is each and every day, Sean Mann, the update man. All right, Sean, what do you got for me next? Hey, Sean, even though your Boston Bruins aren't in the NHL Finals, have you been watching any of it?
I watched Game 3. I didn't watch Games 1 and 2.
What's the matter with you? Why not?
I just haven't. I've been focusing more on baseball, but
I've seen all 3 games, believe it or not. Not in their entirety, because I just can't do that. You know that. But I've watched good portions of each periods and overtimes.
Are you surprised to see the Kings up 3-0 in this series?
Yes, I am. With an opportunity to win the finals tonight. So you know the cup's going to be in the building.
And the Rangers know perfectly well. They have looked sloppy, and they have had chances to be up in the series. The Rangers losing 2 heartbreaking overtime games, that's what's really hurt them the most. And then they go back to the Garden and they play. And they had opportunities to get some goals against the Kings, and I watched that game, just couldn't capitalize. Second period, they had numerous chances to even tie the game against the Kings. L.A., for some reason, I talked with Frank about this, and we have him on for tomorrow's show, and he'll be talking about this, I'm sure, for the second hour, since that's his hour of sports talk, told me it's just amazing how the Kings have just, ever since they came back and they beat San Jose from that 3-0 series, how they just not look back, and they have just been so tough to beat.
Quick is unbelievable, isn't he? He had a great third game, didn't he?
Quick was sensational.
Yeah, he's gonna
Watch the game, and wow.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal quarterback. He's a phenomenal goalie. It's going to be fun and interesting to see what happens in tonight's game. You know damn well I'm going to be watching the game tonight.
Do the Rangers have a chance, or do you think it's over tonight?
Well, they're down 3-0. I mean, the Kings were down 3-0 to the Sharks and came back and won that series.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. But you gotta. If you're an LA King, you gotta know
that you can't get cocky or
exactly. You gotta know. You say, hey, listen, we were down 3-0 and we came back and won. So they can't let the Rangers have a little twinkle in their eye. You know what? Maybe the Kings lose tonight to go home and win it at home. Who knows?
Or I'm sure the Kings are probably saying, we've had a great run, we've had a great season, let's just end it tonight. And if you're the Kings, you take – because here's the thing when you're up 3-0, you have to take that fourth game very seriously. You realize that if you let a team win like Game 4, it's like, okay, you give them a little bit of life, but then if you lose Game 5, then the pressure is on the team that's won the first 3 games.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Exactly right. Hey, you know something, Sean? My back is starting to kill me. I'm having a little problem sitting here. We're going to end the show a little early today.
Okay.
My back is just wiped out right now. I have to go lie down. I just can't stand the pain anymore. I tried to make it to 2 hours. I just can't do it. So I'm sorry, guys. We're going to head out of here a little early. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition of Sports World Radio. For Sean Mann, I'm Jeff Escow. This has been Sports World Radio. Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. Peace out, everybody. We will see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Hey, boys, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, kid. So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next time.
Next time? When's that?
Pretty soon. Don't